Hello friends, and welcome to week 2 of the Medieval-a-thon. So last week I read The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson, and this week's plans, I have started Illuminae by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I do think that I would enjoy the physical book a little bit more. I had the ebook of it last year and I did start it and I was really enjoying it, but the checkout loan ended, so you know, it went back to the e-library. But so I got it on Audible, and I do enjoy it because there's a full cast of characters. Like, I love that. But I think this might be the one instance where I could actually read it faster than listening to it. But it's not bad. It's good so far. I don't know how far I am into that on the audiobook, but I want to finish that book and also pick up and hopefully finish Starfish by Akemi Dawn Bowman this week. Now this one is only physical, so I will just be reading this, but I'd like to start playing on my phone less at night and reading just before bed, and getting out of that habit. And my kids don't know it yet, but that's about to be their habit as well. They can, yeah,
I need to do it.
It's not a popular opinion, but they're about to have less TV and more books or sleep before bed though. Yeah, we don't. Yes, Claire's also going to use YouTube as sort of a music tutorial and learn hopefully how to play some of her ukulele. Oh, that'll be fun. She's gonna film it for her YouTube channel. I'm gonna link her YouTube channel below. Aww. Because we love her. Okay, she does the cutest little videos, I'm telling you. Anyways, this past weekend I alone have been really trying to clean out the back patio. Here in Guam you get mold like on all flat surfaces, actually even on some walls outside. It's really good insulated inside. We don't have any issues. We have mildew in one of our showers, but that's it. Like, luckily it stays outside, but outside you've got to power wash on a semi-regular basis, and I let it go for too long because we were never out back. But now we have like this big umbrella that we were gifted, and I'm gonna try to build a table.
You're gonna build a table?
Yes, I want to. Well, I don't want to pay. I want to build a picnic table. I saw online it doesn't seem that hard.
When I go outside. Yeah, because you saw a guy build a whole house, and it looked easy. It was a 10-minute video.
30.
He probably cut some stuff out.
Anyways, I've been on this kick lately of watching like people build like cabins and little houses and stuff. It's really fascinating, but I really do. You can either buy one for like $600 or you can buy $100 of material and build it yourself. The problem is that I don't have what's it called?
It's called
a power drill. I don't have a power drill. So shush. I don't have one. We had them in Wichita, but then we had to get rid of them because they wouldn't ship the batteries. So we were like, what's the point of a power drill with no power? But anyways, I'm looking into it, okay? But for now, I have some scrap wood from a pallet that I'm gonna try to build a little table on. That way we can have a little area outside to hang out with. I also have lights to hang that are outdoor friendly. And it's gonna be really fun, okay? So maybe I'll just do that with you guys this week. Make it a reading / outdoor decoration vlog. I don't know, that kind of doesn't, I don't know if that'll work though, because people, they'll either search for like outdoor decoration but they don't care about the books, okay, or people care about the books but not the outside stuff. I don't know, but I'm gonna probably combine both because it'll make it more interesting. And also
become one of those building YouTubers.
It's my channel, so I do what I want. So that is my big intro to this vlog. So we're gonna finish homeschool and then do some outside stuff, and then I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so here was yesterday's Pokemon, Mr. Machop. Let's see together. Oh, Shuckle! What a cutie! He is so cute too when he's shiny. He's blue shelled. Sorry for my washer, but he's got a blue shell instead of a red. So happy Wednesday, my friends.
What should I pick today? Me.
Today is Evie.
It's Evie?
No wonder it's been such a good day. Hello friends, and we're at Thursday, I think. Yes, happy Thursday. Sorry, I did not update yesterday. It was just one of those days where, I don't know, I woke up and I just didn't feel excited or motivated. I felt very flat and kind of grumpy, but I was like, it's fine, let's just push through, we'll force it. And you know that saying, fake it till you make it? Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. We started school and I was so irritable and just in such a foul mood and impatient that it just was not fair to like continue with the kids. And so we just stopped. Like, we hung out on the couch together, we played games, but we did not continue doing the homeschool thing. So we are back at it today, and I am in a much better mood today, like 100 times better. I don't know what it was about yesterday, but it was not a pleasant day for whatever reason. I think I'm wearing the same shirt as my last update, so I do have other clothes, kind of. I have like 5 shirts that I cycle through. You just happen to see this one again, so sorry about that. But real quick before I get homeschool going, I wanted to talk about my books. So I have made quite a bit of progress, I think, since I last talked to you about Illumine, and I'm enjoying that book. Definitely the action is really picked up. It's like at the peak of its action that I imagine. I don't know, I've not read the whole book. I only have 4 hours left, so I should finish that tomorrow, maybe this weekend, but it is really good. And I'm anxious for the main characters. I really hope they make it out alive. We'll see. I will not be spoiling it for anyone though. And yeah, it's dropped a lot of emotional bombs. Like, damn, just he gets you where it hurts. So does Amy, apparently. I've not read her work before this, Amy Kaufman, but I have read J. Kristoff, and well, he's a savage. So yesterday I also picked up Starfish by Akimi Don Bowman, which is obviously for this readathon, and this one I have a feeling is going to be very emotional too. I'm only 43 pages in, but I am enjoying it so far. And yeah, the main character, it has been hinted that she's gone through some trauma and she has severe anxiety and self-doubt and stuff, so there are some ways that I can relate to her. And I do feel really connected to this character, even though she's 17 in this book. Like, when I was younger, I had some similar feelings. So after homeschool, I think I'm gonna sit down and read this on the couch. It is a rainy day, so we're gonna do homeschool, and then I'm gonna sit and read more of this. Plus, this cover is one of my favorite covers of like all time. I love the ocean, but I love Galaxy, and the fact that they combined these and it looks so beautiful is just like everything to me. So those are our plans today, of course. I mean, it's like the same every day, but I'm still vlogging it because I don't know, quarantine, am I right? So yeah, we do have to go to the exchange tonight. I'm out of deodorant, so so we need to go to the exchange. Homeschool, of course, I'm gonna be reading. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention, I signed up for Jordan Cheyenne's Instagram Matrix course. It's like a masterclass basically, because I would like to get more followers. Not necessarily just like from monetary stuff, but I mean, that's part of it, of course. Like, everyone wants to make money in different ways, different streams of revenue, obviously, but also truly, and I mean this, I want to connect with like-minded people. Honestly, I do. I've been growing on a spiritual level. Like I said, I am growing and changing and sort of evolving, I guess. That could be a term used. Please stop for 1 second. I'm growing spiritually, and I'm trying to mentally better myself. So I honestly want to connect with people like that, and not just in that way, but people who love reading, who love writing, and just other little things. I'm just not finding them. Like the people on my Instagram are not completely just my real life friends, but the ones who interact with me are my real life friends who are amazing. I love you all so much. But also I do really want some more people who have the same similar interests. Like we're not connected just because we grew up together or we're family. Does that make sense? Like there's nothing wrong with that. So if you see this and you're like, really? Really? No, I love you. But I also want people who are into like meditation and manifestation and all that stuff that I'm really trying to improve my life with. So long story short, yeah, again, Taylor Swift, me too. I'm starting her course today. It opened up today and I'm starting it.
Does Taylor Swift follow you on Instagram?
God, no, I wish Taylor Swift would follow me. No, she doesn't. But anyways, so that is my very long update for Thursday. I put makeup on. I'm feeling amazing. Like I'm just in such a good mood today compared to yesterday especially. And I also think Pokemon knew. They were like, bitch, you're gonna be in a good mood. It's gonna be Eevee today. And we're here for it. Anyways, so I've got a lot to do today and I might show you snippets of it. So let's get our day started, right, Claire? And happy Friday. It is actually Friday night at 8:30. So I haven't talked to you since yesterday morning, but a lot has happened, a lot to be updated on. Okay, so I finished Illuminate tonight and wow. Okay, it was a 5-star read for me. This is the first I've ever read any work of Amy Kaufman's, but I've heard she's like really big. She's really beloved in the book world, and for good reason. I have read J. Kristoff before. I loved his books as well, the Nevernight series. But this was just incredible. And honestly, I think I could have even liked it more if I had went and read, I don't know, okay, because I listened to it on Audible. I previously mentioned I had checked it out on the ebook version and I was really enjoying that. But this audiobook had a full cast of characters, okay? And honestly, it was like listening to them act, and the way the books are set up are just really interesting. They've got different, it's a mixed media type of thing, but listening to it was very incredible and I enjoyed it. I am excited to see if Gemina, which is next in the series, is more fun to read, like physically, because I checked that out from the library. But listen, they got me good, okay? They got me so good. I was cleaning today, so it's Friday, and since we didn't do homeschool on Monday, we did the extra day today because Bookshark is only a 4-day school week. But since we had school today, I was like, I'm probably not going to get to read much, but I did, because I told Claire this morning, I said, listen, let's try to knock school out so we can have like most of the afternoon to have fun and do whatever we want. So we did the history and the science, and that took like an hour, okay? And it's interesting because we have to read from like 3 different textbooks and fill out paper for science, and but we knocked it out in like an hour. She just like listened to me. She didn't get very distracted today. Sometimes, I mean, you know, she's only 10, like she's still a child. Their attention spans are not perfect. So anyways, we knocked out the core stuff, and then while she did her independent work, I cleaned our kitchen, and that's when I listened to most of the rest of the book. Let me just tell you, this book, there was a twist in this book that actually shook me. I almost got emotional. Like literally, like, you know, before you cry, you feel like that tightening in your chest. As much as I love to read, like you guys know, obviously I love reading, but I just don't cry very often, honestly, for books. I don't. But this book, for some reason, almost got me there. So that's saying something. Anyways, I think it's raining. But anyways, it like threw such a wrench into the story. You know, I literally was like, I took off my headset and I was like, Claire, you'll never guess what just happened. And I stopped her doing her math worksheet and explained in detail with this book what was happening and stuff. And even Claire, when I told her, she was like, no. And I said, yes, what? So obviously, to avoid spoilers, I'm not telling you what that is. Like, I pride myself on doing spoiler-free videos and stuff. And I thought about doing in-depth reviews, but that would just be an entirely dedicated book or an entirely dedicated video, like separate from a reading vlog. But these ones I do keep spoiler-free, so I won't tell you. But so while I was cooking dinner, I only had I had like 50 minutes left of this book. And I was like, all right, Andrew and Kai were playing their SpongeBob video game, and Claire was in her room. So I was like, while I cook dinner, I'm gonna smash this book out and listen. Like I'm saying, it did not disappoint. The ending had, I would say, 2 really good twists, I guess. I mean, there was a couple of things that happened that I didn't expect at all. Actually, there was a few things. Like, I really thought I had everything figured out towards the end, and I'm not joking. In the last 15 minutes, there were 2 separate times where I was like, what? Are you serious? Is this real? What? So that is my update on Illuminate. If you were on the border of thinking about reading it, even if you don't like fantasy that much, or science fiction, because this is definitely sci-fi, since it takes place in outer space, is definitely science fiction. Even if you don't like it, Kayla from Books and Lala, she's not really much into science fiction, and this is one of her favorite books that she talks about on a regular basis, and I can see why. Okay, I love science fiction, like you guys know that, and fantasy, they're my favorites. But even if you think you wouldn't enjoy it, you should pick it up from the library. I think even my mom, who watches my videos, thank you, kamsahamnida, religiously, you should go check the Mid Rivers, okay? I'm just saying. Yeah, okay, so that is my update for that. But oh, hold on, wait, there's more. There's more? Starfish. Have I even mentioned this? Yes, I have. I mentioned it yesterday. I started reading this yesterday morning, or the night before. I don't know. I've started this, okay? Sorry, I might sound a little rushed, but my battery is like letting me know it's starting to die. So, and I have quite a few things I want to say also about this book. So this is Starfish by Akemi Dawn Bowman. You guys, I should have known that I would love this book. Like, I picked it up for the cover. I picked it up before for the cover from this library, the same copy. I never ended up reading it, and then I heard one other person talk about it on BookTube, and I was like, brick, I should have read it because it sounds really good. And ever since then, I've wanted it, but the library was closed for COVID reasons, and this isn't on any electronic libraries that I'm a part of. Sorry, I'm trying to hide my messy closet in the background, so. But so the day the library opened, the weekend, I went and got this again because I wanted to read this so badly. This one follows, I have described it a little bit, but so it follows Kiko, who is a Japanese American. She's a teenager and she is just graduating high school, and she's just going through kind of a lot, and it hints at trauma. I will say that I have not found out what the actual trauma is, but there is definitely a trigger warning for childhood trauma, and it's just disgusting. Like, We all know, unfortunately, that racism is alive. Like, still today, we've seen it plenty, not only throughout my lifetime, but also especially in the last year. Like, we all know that. And I'm not saying that I've experienced it, because like I'm literally just a white bitch. I have the privilege, unfortunately. But this one really touches on some just disturbing things that still happen to Asians, who you don't, when you think of someone being racist, you usually think about them being mean to Hispanics or like a person of color, which does include Asians. It does. They have been repressed, and also after World War II, they grabbed all the Japanese Americans and put them in camps and made them work, even if they were born in America, if their parents were from Japan, you know, stuff like that. So this isn't a new concept. You just don't really hear about it happening to Asians that often. And I know it does, but it's just not talked about a lot. And I don't want to take away from Black people or Native Americans or anyone else. I don't want to say that, you know, they aren't as important, but I do think maybe more people could realize that Asians, they experience it too, and this book just highlights it. And it's interesting because a few of these things I have heard, and I kind of want to purchase a copy of this book because I found myself wanting to put tabs in. Okay, and I don't usually annotate or mark much in my books, like even with like a sticky tab, you know, to mark something like a quote. But there have been 4 separate times here that I have, and honestly I think it's just because of our life. I'm married to someone who's half Asian, and our son is a quarter Asian. And reading this book, so not very long ago, I talked to my best friend in the whole world. Okay, she's half Puerto Rican, and we were talking about how while no one has been prejudiced to her because of the color of her skin, because she does look very white, like she looks very Caucasian, but she is half Puerto Rican. So no one has like been racist towards her just by her looks, but afterwards, if they see her last name or if they find out that she's Puerto Rican, that's when the racism comes. And she specifically said, sometimes I don't feel, you know, like I'm Latina enough because I don't look the part, but she's like, I still have experienced terrible things because of my Latina heritage. And anyways, the point is that when I was younger, I used to have some family members and friends be like, oh, well, it's fine because he doesn't even look Asian. Like, and it just really clicked while I was reading this book, because she said, I'm not Japanese enough for the Asians. I'm not white enough for the Americans. And, you know, what my friend said really clicked, and it made me think about Kai, my son, because he's a quarter Asian, okay? But when people say things like that, it used to always bother me, and I didn't know why. Like, he doesn't look Asian, but he is. Like, I don't know, maybe I have no right to even be upset when people say that or like rub the wrong way. But just because somebody doesn't look a certain way doesn't mean that that isn't part of their history or their heritage. You know, my husband's mother, my mother-in-law, was born in Vietnam, and she came over and, you know, like built a life in America with my father-in-law and everything. But that doesn't, just because they're American, doesn't erase the fact that he is still Vietnamese. And Kai looks white. I mean, he does not, you can only see it a little bit in his eyes, but it's still part of him. And so I guess it just bothers me, like, why would you even point that out? He doesn't look Asian, because he is. Like, it's part of him and part of his history. And like, they almost, I'm sure they didn't mean anything by it, but it almost sounded like they were like, you know, oh, it's cool because he looks white. Okay, well, he's not only white, so out of here with that. Anyways, that was a really long chat for this, and I hope no one takes this the wrong way, because I am white. Like, I get that. I'm a privileged human being, but just reading this, really, really opens your eyes to some things that just aren't talked about, like I said. And like someone called her exotic. They were like, you are pretty, but like in an exotic way, just because she's Asian. Like, and I have heard another Asian booktuber, maybe not booktuber, another person on YouTube talk about how, like, stop calling me exotic. Like, I'm beautiful in my own way. Just because I'm Asian, just because my heritage is in a different country, doesn't make me like just exotic. And they compared her to Princess Jasmine in this book. Like, just little things like that, but that like can be very offensive. So anyways, I'm loving this book, like the storyline also, and my heart just like goes out to her. And after this, I do think I want to pick up some more books specifically towards racism, like white fragility and stuff like that. I'd like to read some books on all persons of color eventually. But yeah, so this one is really, really good and I'm really loving it. And that's my update for the night. It was a long one. I really went on a tangent, but you know, it is what it is. So I will see you guys tomorrow.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets so lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. Be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You're the night sky hiding behind dark gray clouds. I can't figure you out now. I see all blue. There is so much cold in you, and the silence is so loud when you go. I just stay dancing with my shadow all day. Watch the time. I can't find the point where our two paths align, right? You're the night sky, I'm trying to see your stars, but I've always feared the dark.
Hello friends, and welcome to the end of the reading vlog. It is currently Sunday and I just finished Starfish by Akimi Dawn Bowman a few hours ago, but I've done a few things since then and I just wanted to update you guys. Yeah, I am giving this 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if it's like the writing or what, but I don't know, it was honestly just so incredible seeing Kiko, the main character, come into her own and deal with these demons from her past and deal with things from her past and her present in a very toxic family dynamic. And I almost think I don't know, she definitely had some social anxiety issues, but by the end of the book you could tell she had made, I wouldn't say improvements because there's nothing wrong with being like that, but in her own right she wanted to be able to speak to people, and she wanted to feel better about being alone, because like her whole life she had been leaning on her best friend, and then her best friend moved away, so she got a new best friend, right? But throughout her life, she's always leaned on the best friend in her life. Her goal in life was to go to art school and to be more independent, which in the end, she at least made great strides towards it. I'm not gonna like spoil the book or anything, but I will say for just like a contemporary coming of age, somewhat dark book, like kind of, there were some moments where that was very hard-hitting. There's a trigger warning for sexual abuse or sexual assault. Again, I don't want to spoil details. It wasn't graphically described in this, but some people don't need anything graphic to trigger those upsetting memories or thoughts. So just letting you know, it is mentioned in this book. Well, I lost my train of thought, sorry, but I did love this book, and I kind of went on a tangent the other day about racism, specifically against the Asians in this case, because this follows Japanese American individual. Like I said, she's coming into her own, so she did make peace with who she is as a person, and it was honestly just beautiful to see. So this may just be a coming of age, contemporary, dark, sometimes dark book, but there was a few twists. Like, well, yeah, there was definitely 1 or 2 plot twists that I did not expect. I was shocked to find out a couple of things in this book, and we found out with Kiko, so it was just really hard to find out that some of her life had not been what she thought it was. And this is the first book I have ever felt the need to annotate, highlight, or like write in, which I didn't, because it's a library book, right? I do want to eventually buy this book. I want to highlight, maybe annotate with stickies, or maybe I even want to write in the margins. I don't know, but for some reason this book touched me and I want to highlight it. And the way Akemi writes, oh my gosh. There are quotes in here that I love that aren't even, here, let me find one. I draw a very small fish swimming in the ocean and realize it's filled with planets and stars. Like, it's like the cover, you know, only in a little quote. So I kind of want to put that on my Instagram and make it like a cute little thing. But also, like this one, it says, but the kind of love I need isn't the kind I have. I guess I'm still trying to find a way to be okay with that. And that is having to do with a toxic family member. Oh, and this one is so good. It says, I don't want to need anyone. I want to stand on my own 2 feet. I want control of my own life and my own emotions. I don't want to be a branch in someone else's life anymore. I want to be the tree on my own. So not only is the story beautiful, oh, my battery's dying. Not only is the story beautiful to me, but the way this author writes, Akemi, oh my gosh, it is beautiful. I have multiple quotes set aside, and I cannot wait to own my own copy so I can highlight them and keep them forever in my heart. But my camera's about to die. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
I'll find valid in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky.